Hey folks, welcome back to another Dice Tower preview. I'm Mark, and today we're taking a look at Gems of Iridescia, which is brought to you by Rockstone and Dice Games. It's for 1 to 4 players, ages 10 and up, and games generally run about 30 to 90 minutes. Welcome to the fantastical world of Iridescia. This abandoned world, lush with rare gems, has been vacant for centuries due to cataclysmic events forcing its inhabitants to take to the skies. The land is now safe to return to, and its former residents are coming home. Take on the role of one of 4 clans to explore the lands, mine gems, restore ancient relics, and find the lost Iridescia stone, to ascend to the throne and reunite the people of Iridescia. As explorers returning to Iridescia, you'll be looking to collect the right combination of gems, which will allow you to restore relics and gain your royalty points. Royalty points can also be found on tiles you reveal, gained through set collection bonuses, and by completing your secret objectives. Additionally, there are extra royalty points available to those who finish quicker than their opponents. The game ends once every player has collected a tile from the final row of the board, referred to as the castle row. And so, the explorer who collects the most royalty points will be crowned the new ruler of Iridescia. On your main board, you'll see a series of tiles. These are your terrain tiles, and you're going to be a progression of terrain, so to say. So you go from the low point to the high point where the castle row is. So these will be randomized every time, but these are going to be flipped, and this is how you're going to get your gems and resources through the game, is one of the ways, but you can also mine, which we'll get to. Now, over on the right side of the board is your marketplace for those gems. First, we have purple, which is amethyst. We have yellow, which is citrine, and we've got green, that is emerald, as you'd expect, and blue as sapphire. So those are your main resources that you're going to be tapping into, but these dice over here represent the market. Below that is your stone dice. These stone dice are going to be acquired through the game and giving you additional dice for mining. Below that is your guide to the different types of set collection. You're going to get set collection through the tiles you get and through the cards that you acquire. And this will guide you through the different point values and what you're going to need in order to do that. And then below that we have some tiles, which these are going to represent those who get to the top fastest. You're going to get those additional royalty points. Around the edge of the board is where we'll be keeping track of all those royalty points. And then we have objective cards. Now, these are going to be private, but you're going to be dealt 2, you got to keep 1, and you're trying to fulfill the requirements to get points at the end of the game. It's that simple. Things like having the most relic cards that are made of jewelry that you've completed, and so forth through the course of the game. Now, there are those relic cards, and you have a chance to complete these by having the required number of gems you see at the bottom of the card. And if you do, then you're going to get the royalty points that are indicated in the bottom right corner. There are also merchant cards that give you boosts and bonuses through the course of the game, and these are going to cost you gold, which is located in the bottom left of the card, showing you what the card is worth and what you're going to need in order to purchase it. Now, this is worth noting. In the merchant row, there was a card for pickaxes and a whole stack of tokens, which I really like those tokens, but what they did is they've streamlined the process of how you mine gems. You no longer have to spend 3 gold to get a pickaxe so you can go mine. Now you just spend the gold and you're able to mine for gems. So it definitely streamlined the process, and I played it a couple times this way and it definitely speeds up the game. That was a nice change for sure. To start the game off, each player is going to get 5 gold coins, their objective card, they're going to get their explorer token, dice, and their player board. You'll notice on the player board there's a finite number of spaces in order to store these gems, which I have to say, these gems are really cool for wooden gems and how they're printed. Really well done for sure. On your turn, you have 2 main actions that you will always have to do. So you will reveal 2 adjacent tiles, and if you're just starting out, you can pick any in the bottom row that you want to reveal. And then you're going to move on to an adjacent tile. Now, you can always move left, right, or forward or up, but you can never move your explorer backwards. So it starts to become very puzzly as you move up here, which gems you're going to get and so forth. But you're going to move to that tile and then collect the gem that's on it. Now, some of these tiles are going to have bonuses like royalty points, or it may allow you to take a stone dice, or some of the tiles might have a rainbow allowing you to pick what type of gem you want it to be. Then you have 4 optional actions that you might take. You don't have to do any of these, and some you can only do once. So first and foremost is mining gems, and you can do this as many times as you want as long as you can pay the cost. So you pay 3 gold every time you want to mine for gems. And what you're going to do is roll your dice and try to meet or beat the value of that gem that is currently in play, trying to acquire it and put it into your cargo hold. So for every dice that you roll that you do meet or beat, you're going to get a gem of that type. So it's that straightforward. And then you can acquire, by spending gold, one of the item cards. You can only do that once per turn. And then however many item cards you have in hand, you can actually activate all of them if you want to. But all these item cards can do all kinds of different things. Like this one here, the Cauldron, is going to allow you to exchange 2 of your gems for a single type. Maybe you need to complete one of the relic cards, so you need to get those gems in this step. So there's lots of different ways and things and boosts that these item cards can give you, so do not forget to use them. And then finally, you can sell gems based on the market value. You can sell gems from your cargo hold and get that money, because you're going to need to do all kinds of things through the course of the game. So this really interesting trade-off about, do I keep these gems because you're going to be completing or trying to complete relic cards, but you also need gold to do various things, get those item cards and do more mining throughout the game. And it's important to note that when you're mining, you can only mine the type of gem that your explorer is standing on. And then we're going to move to the end part of your turn, where you will first have the option, if you can pay the gems, to complete one of the relic cards that are in play. And if you do, then you're going to get the number, the royalty value, and move up the track. Also, these cards are important for starting to create sets. Again, you'll see at the bottom of the board what type of cards you're going to need to complete sets for the different point values. And then you're going to take the tile that you're standing on. Again, this is another way to create sets. So you'll see those values at the bottom. You get 3, 5, and 7 of the same type. You're going to get victory points, or royalty points, I should say. And finally, you're going to be adjusting the market for whatever type of gem that you were mining or that you picked up. You'll move the dice up by 1. Now, if it's at a 6, it's going to go back to 1, so the market will crash. So you need to keep an eye on those values so you know when to sell. So those are really the basics of play. And as you make your way to the top, to the castle row, you might find the lost Iridescia stone, which is worth 10 points just on its own. So this is a very valuable tile for sure. Now, you're going to be calculating all your points in the game for all your set collection, for your private objectives, for different gems that you have within your cargo holds, all kinds of ways to calculate those points. And of course, whoever has the most royalty points is going to be the new ruler. All right, folks, just a reminder once again, this has been a Dice Tower paid preview, and everything you've seen has been in prototype form, so keep a close eye on the campaign for any changes that still may occur. Now, with that said, first and foremost, I have to say that this game is just simply beautiful. Just the tiles to the different types of gems and how he's put those together in this game, just really interesting. And again, the artwork, just a beautiful looking game. Now, the thing that really appeals to me is the fact that you have so many choices and different directions to go. Do I go for the set collection? Do I go after item cards? Do I get the relics of a certain type? Am I collecting a certain type of gem? Trying to move my way up and get enough of those to get all those set collection bonuses at the end. So those choices throughout the game are really, really interesting, and it changes up every time you play. But folks, ultimately, if this looks like something of interest to you, I'm sure they'd appreciate your support. So I think that's it for me, and until next time, we'll see you at the table.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.